I'm back to Canada again, this time to Edmonton, Alberta, and we are having here a 2-day event. And I'm just having breakfast with the man who has organized this tour and who is the NCD national partner for Canada. I think you have been the NCD partner for the last 4 years or something.
Almost 4 years, yes.
Okay. Bill Bickle, he is a man of great persistency and consistency with a great vision for this country and maybe even beyond. Bill, you have invested considerable energy in organizing this tour, now traveling together with me. What do you expect as an outcome of a tour like this?
I think the biggest outcome will be our better understanding and use of energy. We'll see people across the country more equipped and more able to help one another, especially practitioners across the country. It's a vast country geographically, and so, you know, with more tools and more opportunities to come together across all those miles, I just see fruit waiting to happen.
Bill, you are a networker and you are quite effective in networking with denominational leaders in this country, you know, and we can see the results of this. Do you expect realistically, let's say, in your lifetime, that the majority of mainline denominations make NCD their official strategy?
Well, it depends on what you consider my lifetime.
Nobody
if
knows.
It's eternity, perhaps. I don't want to be discouraging. I don't know. I wonder the degree to which all churches in any given denomination will ever be entirely focused on healthy churches and applying principles that exist whether they believe in them or not. But in some ways, yes. It might not be official and mandated, and I think that's actually the best way to go, especially in the medium term. But I think even if only a few or a handful or a minority are applying the principles, it spills off into the other churches in the denomination. I see that in the Presbyterians and the Anglicans, even in the United Church now. We're making some inroads there, and as some start to apply the principles, even others don't even know sometimes how they're being impacted. But the language changes, the culture starts to change, the focus starts to change, and as they apply them into their own worlds. So if we have a group that are being very heavily into discipleship, or very heavily into missional, or very into planting, they can bring this stuff to that. And so, yes, they'll start applying those principles, maybe covertly, and that's okay.
At our event here in Edmonton, I just met a remarkable lady, Jan, and when you meet her at first sight, she doesn't really look that extreme or impulsive or whatever. She has a scientist background, if I've understood it correctly. But Jan, I learned that you traveled 16 hours all the way from Winnipeg, Manitoba, to this place just to attend this conference, which means as a whole 32 hours drive on long, lonely Canadian roads. Forgive me, but this sounds a little bit extreme. Why are you doing this?
When Bill told us that you were coming and that there was the launch of the next 2 books, we knew that that was kind of the next step that we needed to take. And so we said that we would come, and if we had to beg, borrow, or steal to get here, then that's what we were going to do, which we didn't have to.
Wonderful. I understand that you don't only receive from Natural Church Development, but you contribute to this as well, don't you?
That is correct.
Can you share about that?
I am the apprentice coach at the Bridge Church for NCD, so I can get the surveys going, and then I work with our board of elders to help them process the data, analyze the data, then they set the goals, and then I work on what's our resource team to implement those goals, and then we cycle back around.
And you shared with me when we spoke with each other that you have a primarily green element in you, is this right?
That is correct. From 3 colors, sacramental is my first, quickly followed by sensory and rational.
Okay, that sounds very green. How far does this contribute to the ministry that you are involved in?
Pretty much all of it, in a lot of ways, even in the arts side of it. As much as I love being artistic and creative, it's more of an administrative contribution that I give, and I try to do my best to empower my leaders to do what their gifting is.
Well, I wish you really creative 16 hours on the way back to Winnipeg, and I hope and I trust that you will sense that God speaks to you on this long journey back home.
I'm sure he will.
Thank you for sharing, Jen.
Thank you.